Hi everyone, I'm the Rum.
And I'm the Wine.
We make videos here on this channel about what it's like to live in Ireland so that fellow expats like you and those thinking to come to Ireland have a good idea of what to expect. We've been living here for 3 years. I'm from Barbados, the Wine's from
Austria.
And we pretty much love living here in Ireland. Of course, you know the worldwide thing that's currently going on. So one of our subscribers asked us what it's actually like here in Ireland. What do we do? How are we able to do our daily routines? So we decided to make this quick video that's a bit out of the ordinary from what we usually make to address some of those concerns.
So one of the things Kate, our subscriber who inspired this video, asked about is what's it like living in Ireland like right now? Like, can we go outside? How do we get our food? So Ireland right now is in a lockdown. It basically means you kind of have to have a reason to leave the house. So if you're an essential worker who has to get to work, if you're out to go to the supermarket, to the pharmacy, something like that, or you're out there helping someone who can't go out themselves because they're in a risk group. And the other reason is exercise. So you're still allowed to exercise within 2 kilometers of where you live. We live in the city centre, so 2 kilometers puts us in very crowded spaces, even with people who are technically supposed to not be outside unless they have a good reason to. So we've been really avoiding going outside. At the moment we're kind of outside once a week to go shopping.
Yeah. And yeah, why would we do that? Basically, it's just that as Kate had asked how our daily routines are. This hasn't impacted our daily routines too much because we usually do leave to go walk, to go to work, then back here, then to the supermarket. When we really go out is on weekends. So our day-to-day routine hasn't been interrupted much. It's just that, as you can see in some of our older videos, long weekends like this one, we'd be out there on a day trip, looking for some cool beach. Well, not exactly mountain. That's what we want to do this year. Hopefully we can get that done still. So, our daily routine. I wake up way too early for something, about 5 a.m. And that's actually when I get some editing for the videos for YouTube done. I also just read some comics, just try and wake up for the day. Then at about 6, another possibly good, reasonable early waking up time. That's
only because the alarm rings. I would never get up that early by myself naturally.
Yep. So Julia pops in, we have some breakfast, talk, mingle, blah blah blah. And since we aren't walking to work, you try to have some sort of movement activity in the morning, and then of course pull out our laptops and start working away on the day, and that's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah, we are quite lucky that since we both work for tech companies, our work lives haven't changed much, except that the office now looks different and different faces around the office. But I still see my colleagues on Skype. We still have our meetings regularly. I go about my workday pretty much as I would sitting on a different desk in a different room at something called actual office. So nothing much has changed there. It is still a bit weird to okay, it's 6 p.m. now, I close the laptop, I'm done with work, oh, I'm also home.
yeah, the curious thing about having that, even that 40 minutes less of transit time is that, the sunrise. You get to see some things that I'm usually, rushing on the way to work, but then you're like, oh, right, the sun's rising. I can stop here for, 5 minutes and look at that. Also, we do get our workouts in afterwards, so the good thing is that I get to finish cooking food faster, so we actually have a nice afternoon period or to get some workouts in as well, because walking to work for 40 minutes each day, that's one way. Yeah, you kind of realize you're probably missing out on a bit of exercise or having the blood pumping if you just stay stationary. So that's one of the things we're working on. Yes, so she also asked about shopping. We're lucky that we have been central enough. We have a Tesco, albeit a smaller Tesco, 5 minutes walk from us, and the Lidl is about 20 minutes walk, so we usually just go to either of those. I think in the last video we had mentioned about shopping at Tesco. Some of the stuff we need is, a bit more expensive, so we've had to adjust our budget a bit to, have more food involved. But since I'm not going to work and buying work lunches or going out with the co-workers, etc., that, not stopping for some lovely pastries on that side shop, it fits a bit more into the budget.
We've also kind of adjusted our diet a bit. Usually we'd get fresh milk about every third day. So now instead we've been trying lactose-free milks like rice milk and soy milk and oat milk and
I'm gonna try
there are a
oat
lot of
milk
milks
this weekend. Yeah, that should be interesting.
So we're also using the time, I suppose, to explore new things, because we can't go outside explore new places, so instead we go to the supermarket, explore new things there.
Yeah, and some of the more interesting things is that you start to do stuff if Skype calls or Zoom, etc., like that, before the security stuff that you wouldn't usually do. Like, for example, yesterday we played
Dublin, which is, what do you call it in English?
In English we call it animal, person, place, thing.
In German we call it city, country, river, and then you just add whichever other categories you want.
Yeah, and the river is like any body of water. So confusing.
Because it's really hard to have a river with every letter of the alphabet.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a lot more lakes in Austria than rivers, so that's how we cheat. So yeah, since it was Easter Sunday, we called up my family on Skype and we had a virtual Stadtlandfluss, whatever thing it was in English, session to play that. I've also been Skyping more with friends some of whom are also in different countries, where it's usually really hard to find the time in evenings to Skype. But now everyone is home, so suddenly people have time to Skype.
Yeah, so yeah, but okay, that's really all that's really different. We're still making the YouTube videos. Of course, without going out, there's less of a summery thing that we wanted, summer thing we wanted to do. But we figured that we love the comments. We figured that we've come from 2 different countries, etc. That living in a new country, realized that our cultures and where we lived before really affects how we're able to adapt. So I realized that, okay, yeah, these are legit questions, because if you come from different places, you're going to have to learn to adapt to Irish everything differently. So we're glad to be able to give you a little bit of that insight.
So if you have any more questions about living in Ireland in the current strange situation that's going on, or just, in general, living a normal everyday life in Ireland, do let us know in the comments. We're always happy to make videos inspired by our subscribers. And make sure to subscribe, so you'll catch all our future videos. We do them twice a week.
Yes, and also I'll put the link for our little subscription. What that is basically to our newsletter, which we're going to start, but we're pretty much building a course. We're there. With all this home time, I should have less of an excuse, but I am editing it. So yes, if you don't want to go through the entire catalogue of our videos, send us our email. We'll update you when it's done, so you can just probably within less than 2 hours. Full swoop, everything you need to know to hopefully get your journey started. And with that, we bid you adieu. See you the next time. Bye.